This is the second video that I want to make about my illegal incarceration. In 2021, February the 6th, after they had illegally put me in the county jail for a false DUI, a couple of days after I was there, they sent a female mental health specialist. I did not talk to her, so they sent another one. I did not talk to her. So in I think it was September the 23rd, they try to force me to go see a judge that I was not supposed to see because I was not supposed to be in the county jail. And they forced me out my cell. They forced me they had forced me downstairs, about 5 officers. And they took a wheelchair with straps on it and strapped me down inside the chair because I refused to go. So they forced me to go. And I was very mad. I was talking loud and everything. I was going off on these people because they forcing me to do something against my will that they should not do. So they pushed me inside the courtroom, and I was going off while they was rolling me inside the courtroom, inside this wheelchair with straps on it. They strapped down my legs, they strapped down my arms, they strapped down my chest. They had me inside this wheelchair where I couldn't do nothing, but wherever they wanted to take me, that's where they were going to take me. They rolled me into the courtroom, and I was going off. And this judge, who was not supposed to be my judge, she told them to take me back out of there because I would not participate in what they was doing. Then, sometime a few days later, whatever, they sent me they sent me what was supposed to be a court document from her saying that I need to they say I need to see a psychiatrist because I was mad of the wrongdoing that was being done to me. But now I'm crazy because I'm mad about what you doing that is wrong. So you not only took away my freedom, you trying to take away, these folks try to take away my right to have feelings and emotions about what's going on with me. These folks literally said that I need to see a counselor because of their wrongdoing. See, this is the third time they trying to force a psychiatrist on me because I got mad at their own wrongdoing. Then there was one day a certain particular officer, he served the trades that day when I was in 2G12. He brought me this guy brought me a styrofoam tray, and I posted that tray on camera too, with nothing but some noodles on it. Nobody else in the whole county jail ate that but me. And they did that because I kept posting on camera while I was in 2G12 or while I was in 2G12 cell. I kept posting on camera what these folk was doing. So he called himself want to get mad at me because I'm exposing what they doing. So that food tray, I did not eat it at all. I ain't try to eat it. I ain't try to clean it. I ain't do nothing. I put it outside. And then I told the I told the female officer that was in the booth that I did not eat. I told the sergeants that I did not eat because that dude had brought me something that they wanted to bring me, not what everybody else ate. I told everybody I could. I posted on camera and everything. These folks got mad at me because I did not want to eat from certain officers. Not every officer in there brought me food with things that weren't supposed to be in there. Not every officer. It was a very few of them that didn't. But I kept on telling them I do not want to eat from certain officers because certain officers keep bringing me or they keep putting drugs and chemicals inside my food. So I kept on denying them from trying to feed me. So they would not let certain people come and feed me. They just kept putting up there, sending people who they know gonna give me things that they should not give me. So that day, I would not lock down in my cell when they told me to because I had not ate because of what the dude had did. So about 4 or 5 more officers this day, they all came in my cell. The first dude, he pulled out his taser gun, shot me in my arm with it. I still got the scar on my arm. I don't know if you can see it right now because it ain't good lighting. It's right down there. But anyway, they came in my cell, and as soon as they came in my cell, and they did it off camera, like 5 of them, a female officer was even with them. And all of them came in my cell, and all of them jumped on me. All of them jumped on me, and they beat me up. Just so happened I made it back outside the cell because they were so caught up in their own wickedness against me. These folks were so caught up in their own wickedness against me, they even came outside in the hallway and they started beating on me and torturing me right there in front of the camera until I said something. And then they stopped because they had not realized that they doing this in front of the camera until I said something. I'm talking about these folks were even spending my food. These folks were spending my food and everything. Ain't no telling what they don't put in my food, but I know I have received all kinds of things other than poisonous chemicals and drugs. I have received other things in my food that I ain't gonna mention on camera right now, but I have received other things that was in my food. These folks beat me up. I still got a scar in my head from when they bust my head. Then I a few days later, I told them that I wanted to see the sheriff of the county jail. I posted on camera. I gave them paperwork. One of the captains with another female officer came up there in the same paper that I rent to the sheriff of Montgomery County Jail. This captain, he got it from me. He got this paperwork from me he pulled it out my door because I put it in my door on camera before I locked down. And I posted everything that I wanted to tell the sheriff on camera. So, ain't no way in the world that the sheriff or that county jail should not have responded to me. They never gave it to him. These folks never gave it to him. So as soon as I gave them that, then they want to take me out of 2G because 2G was their vindication cell against me. But I was using it against them the whole time because they was doing wrong to me. So I took what they was using, what they was trying to get vindication from, I took it and I exposed what they was doing. So now they want to take me out of 2G cell because I was in front of the camera. And they want to put me downstairs in a holding cell downstairs at Bookie. So I think when I get down there, I think a few days after after they put me down at Bookie, this captain came and seen me and told me I need to see a mental health specialist. Why every time they come against me and I expose them, these folks want to try to say I need to see a psychiatrist, trying to make me look crazy for their wrongdoings. These folks literally trying to make me look crazy because they was doing wrong, breaking laws, breaking all of the laws inside that county jail against me. These folks went against all my rights. These folks acted like I wasn't even a human being. These folks treated me like I was not even a human being, like I was an animal in the cage the whole entire time I was in that county jail. He got a mental health problem. That's what they trying to say. He got a mental health problem because I'm exposing what they doing. So they eventually wind up shipping me to prison. They eventually wind up shipping me to prison and they shipped me to Draper. So when I leave Draper, I go to Kirby. And that's in the same day I get to Kirby, the very same day I get to Kirby, these folks gave me COVID-19. These folks had an officer to give me COVID-19 in my food tray. So now I take it upon myself because no officer would not take me to the healthcare station to let these folks know that I got COVID-19. So what I did, I took it upon myself, which they really don't allow you to move around like that right there at certain times. So I took it upon myself and I went down there and told them folks that I got COVID-19. So they put me inside a cell, by myself for like 14, 15 days. So these folks told me I had to stay in there for that long. So as soon as the day's up, They did not put me back off in population. They sent me back to Draper. These folks sent me back to Draper. A so-called, this dude had came there. He was supposed to be the warden there. I told him that I was doing illegal time and that my time was already up. He pulled something up on his phone with my picture on it, saying that the time that I'm doing is right. But all this stuff is fabricated. This stuff is fabricated. They made it all up because they know I'm going to keep saying somebody. So I do about 2 weeks again at Draper. Then they shipped me back to Kilby. That very same day that I got to Kilby, a female officer said that they need me in the shift office. And when I went to the shift office, the officer in the shift office told me that I got an intimate in population. So they threw me in lockup. And they only did all that. They only did all that to isolate me, to segregate me so they can do whatever they want. And plus, those officers there was afraid because I had already made it known that I ain't supposed to be here. So did the government. So they threw me in a lockup cell. A few days after being in the lockup cell, a female mental health specialist come to see me. Why? I ain't requested her. I just got to this camp. Now all of a sudden, a mental health specialist, you see the pattern they going with. They trying to make it seem like I'm crazy. Everywhere I go, mental health specialists want to come see me. These folks try to force me off into mental health. Never asked for it, never not once displayed any mental health. Anything, I never once displayed any reason, anything at all that I should be in mental health. Not one time. They forced me off into that. So after about 2 weeks of being locked up, they let me out in population. And then I did a few more days there, and then they shipped me to Hamilton work release. As soon as I get there, mental health want to come see me. They kept forcing this female mental health lady on me over and over again. She just kept seeing me. I kept telling her, I do not want to see you. I don't need to see you. For what? So a few months went by, and I was taking a shower in the bathroom. I came out the shower doing count time, and one of those young officers, I had a few words with him. So he told me to step back in the he told me step back in the bathroom, and it was doing count time, and 2 more officers came and heard us arguing with each other about what he said to me, because he was verbally threatening to harm me. So now they talk to the captain of the on camp, and now they saying that this same female mental health specialist, that she want to see me, and I told her I told them I don't want to see her. So they put me in handcuffs. They put me in handcuffs. They forced me on the van and shipped me down the road to Hamilton A&I, where this mental health where this mental health lady be located at. And they threw me off inside a cell. And they said I was suicidal. These folks were just forcing things on me. Now they saying I'm suicidal. These folks trying to make me be a mental health patient. Now see, I'd heard a lot of stories. And if somebody else would have told me the same story, I have two words to say to that person: federal government. Because they doing everybody like that when they know they wrong. They gonna try to deem you crazy, a psychopath, and everything else. All because of their own wrongdoing. These folks said I was suicidal, and not once. I had never even told them that. I never showed any actions of that or nothing. These folks said I was suicidal to throw me inside a mental health patient cell. So in that cell, it had a camera. And I'm posting in that camera that I am illegally incarcerated, being held against my own will. And the captain there got afraid of that. Once I started posting stuff in that camera, that very same captain at that camp wanted me out that camp. Because he didn't want to be held accountable. And I kept posting in that camera. And that very same night, which you is not supposed to be transferred anywhere at night. These folks put me on the van at night and they transferred me to Donaldson, which is a max camp. And threw me inside a suicide watch cell. And then I kept on, and then inside that cell, I was posting things on the camera in that cell about what they was doing, about the debt that I don't supposed to be in prison. I done my time. These folks holding me against my will. So once I started doing that, they got me out of that cell, and they put me inside a mental health. They put me inside another mental health block right across the hallway, inside the cell, behind the shower, where no cameras that is inside the now you got some cameras inside the day block, but they put me behind the shower where a camera can't even see my cell, and ain't no camera in the cell. They got tired of me posting stuff in the camera. They got tired of me exposing what they was doing. And the whole time I was in that cell, they was still putting stuff in my food. So at that camp, that camp, I stayed there for a couple of months. And then they sent me to a mental health facility, which is Bullock. They sent me to a mental health facility, which is Bullock, and threw me inside a mental health facility there. Put me inside another cell where all these folks supposed to be mental health patients. And at that camp, they still doing the same thing. Torturing me, putting all kind of drugs and chemicals in my food. These folks tried over and over at Donaldson to try to get me to talk to a mental health doctor, but I would never do it. So they got rid of me out of there. And they sent me to Buller Hawk to a mental health facility and threw me inside a mental health cell. The whole time I was there, the doctor kept trying to talk to me. I kept telling him, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you. He kept trying to force himself on me. So he take it upon his own self to say that I need medication. It's a little dude there who's supposed to be over that mental health place. He told me that he was gonna put me on medication, and he kept threatening me, and with putting me on medication with a needle, with a syringe, so they can inject stuff in my body. And then when they came when that very same day when they came to try to give me a shot, I refused it, and I told them that I am not gonna take that shot. So they called some officers down there to help them force me to take the shot. Which was against my will. And come to find out, whatever drug that they shot in me, it impaired me. It had my muscles locking up. I already got a speech impediment. It messed that up even more. It did things to me where it made me hard. What this drug did made it hard for me to function as a normal person. To try to make me look like I need mental health. These folks forced themselves on me over and over again throughout that whole time I was illegally in prison. I tried my best to play it cool because I knew that these folks was going to keep forcing themselves on me no matter what. And I'm in prison. I can't do nothing. Only thing I can do is verbalize that I need help. These folks won't let me see eye and eye or nobody else. But all of it was because the government wanted them to do that to me. And I never did anything for these folks to do me that way, but they did me that way. And right now, as I speak, they steady persecute me. Right now, as I speak, they steady persecute me. Because they want me to surrender to their evil, demonic, wicked, unlawful, unrighteous, unholy will. Because these folks ain't right at all. They ain't right at all. They doing whatever they want to do. Just as long as they get away with it, they don't care. And they feel like since I'm not for them, they feel like they gonna be exposed about it because they can't make me be for them. No matter, even though they torture me day in and day out. And I would never be for them. I would never be for them. I would never carry out any of their wills because they are unlawful people acting like they are upholding the law. These folks breaking laws and they are sending people out to break the laws for them. I'm not breaking the law for none of y'all. I ain't breaking the law for not now one of y'all against nobody. From what God told me, he told me to stay out the worldly affairs. That's the reason why he established the government. If you were part of the government, then you was put there. You was put there by God for a reason. But a lot of y'all don't do what you're supposed to do. It may be not everybody, but a lot of y'all don't do what you're supposed to do. And I'm talking about the government. You don't do what you're supposed to do. Just like Jesus said, watch out for the yeast of the Pharisees. Because they tell you to do one thing, but they do another. These folks ain't right. These folks ain't never been right. These folks doing what they want to do on a daily basis. As if it is, as if anything they be doing that's against the law, they do it as if it's the law. And these folks are steady doing all kinds of things. These folks are steady persecuting me every day because of what they did to me. And they want me to be for them, so I won't expose them. They want me to submit to them, so I won't expose them. That's what they want. They basically want, they just basically want to silence my mouth because they know I got a big story to tell about them. And they know I can prove it. See, that's what they really afraid of, because I can prove what I'm saying. See, these are the type people. These are the type people, they will try to do things to try to make you break the law in certain type. They'll try to force you to break the law so they can have something to say about you. So they can lock you up. This is our government. Crooked and perverse. And don't got a care in the world about, they don't have a care in the world about being crooked at all. That's who they are. These folks be hoping you break the law so they can have something to say about you, so they can lock you up. They'll even do things to try to make you break the law. They want you to break the law. That's what they want. They want you to break the law. Not that they care because they break the law. But they want you to break the law so they can have you. So they can throw you in jail and they can isolate you and have you under their control. This is our government. And I ain't the only one that do like this. It's many people that do like this. I'm just one of the people that ain't going for it. I'm going to stand up for myself no matter what. You come against me unlawfully, illegally, and wrongfully in any type of way, I'm going to make it known. I'm going to make it known. God told me to expose what the wicked do in secret. I'm going to make it known. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make it known because it ain't right. It ain't right and they know it ain't right. But they don't care. But I'm telling you this. In due time, God will give me justice. In due time, God will give me justice. He is not going to let them get away with that. And I can stand on that. God is not going to let them get away with it.